Hey guys, it's Trinity. Today I'm going to be telling you guys another story. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So I love Chinese food, right? I love the sesame seed chicken with the rice and two egg rolls. Two egg rolls. Now I probably order Chinese food like maybe once every 2 months or maybe twice every 2 months. Now that being said, I do not order from the same place all the time. I don't have the number saved in my phone. I don't even remember the location. I Google Chinese food and I order from the nearest location. I do not have a favorite Chinese place that I constantly order from. Of course, I need to find one. I still haven't found that one that I always go to, but I know which one I'm not going to. Getting on with this story, me and my boyfriend wanted some Chinese food, so we call up a location that's open. I believe this was a little bit later on in the day, probably at night. There was this one Chinese place that was still open, so when I look on Google, it's gonna say closed or still open or closes at what time. This place was still open. So me and my boyfriend call up this place and order food. Now, when we did call, at first nobody picked up. But I decided to call another time because usually places are busy. There's a whole lot going on. Somebody may not be near the phone. So I called twice and they did pick up. I know for a fact that I ordered sesame seed chicken with rice and vegetables with 2 egg rolls. That's what I always order if I'm ordering Chinese food. This guy tells me that they don't have any more chicken. Now, this was the first time I've ever heard anyone say that they ran out of chicken at a Chinese place. Like, you know, everybody likes sesame seed chicken. Come on now, y'all really ran out. And I didn't even let him get away with that. Like, I actually took a moment to be like, are you sure? You sure you don't have any more chicken? You know, like, are you sure? He tells me to hold on. So I'm on the phone waiting for like 10 minutes. I can't believe I waited that long, but they had little music going on, so I was occupied. He finally gets back on the phone and he tells me, oh, we have chicken. Now, I don't know why it took him 10 minutes to find out. I don't know. Maybe he had to ask someone in the back. I have no clue, but I was just like, okay, well, you got sesame chicken. That's what's important. So he gets my order and then he gets my boyfriend's order and then he tells me how long I have to wait. And this is a pickup order, by the way. This is a pickup order. This guy tells me that it's going to be a 30-minute wait. Now, for me, I've never had to wait 30 minutes for Chinese food, especially if I'm picking it up. Go ahead and check out this poll right here because I'm most likely going to want to know how long you guys have to wait for Chinese food. Now, after he tells me how long I have to wait, 30 minutes, I, had to go ahead and let him know, is this for pickup or delivery? You know, you got this for pickup, right? Just to let him know, hey, are you sure it's 30 minutes? Because that's kind of long and, I am kind of hungry. So, are you sure? I was thinking that he was only saying 30 minutes because that was the max. You know how some people want to say the max, they don't want to say the minimum just in case something happens. So I was like, okay, he's probably saying 30 minutes, but it's possibly only going to be like, maybe 15. It's fine. So around like about 15 minutes, me and my boyfriend, we go to the location. Now, mind you, when I called, I didn't know the location. I didn't know what it looked like. I didn't know what the restaurant looked like, no nothing. And I ordered it, did a pickup, and now I was going to the location to pick up the food. So we get to the location and this place looks busted. It just looked kind of busted and kind of raggedy and old. But I overlooked that because around my area, we have a few nice Chinese restaurants, but some of them are kind of old fashioned. So, it was just like, oh, okay. So we pull up and we both get out the car and we're walking and we can't see anybody up in the front. So it's just a counter and We walk in, and then when they hear the bell from the door go off, you know, like when you open up some doors, you hear that bell sound that lets the people know that, hey, somebody's here and you need to show yourself because they may steal something. So put a bell on the door just in case. It's like a homemade security alarm. Once the bell goes off when we're walking in the door, this guy pops up from the counter. Just like that. And we're just like, hey, you know, little shocker here. Surprise, woo. Like, what just happened just now? Where did you come from? Why were you under the counter? I don't know. So he's just like, how can I help you? And we're like, oh, well, I'm here for a pickup. And then he says, well, what's the name on it? I tell him my last name, and he's looking and fumbling through bags in the back, and you know, that awkward moment where it's just like, they better have my food. Like, I know I called 30 minutes ago. I know I gave him my last name. I was standing there with my face already messing up with the attitude like, you better have my food. So this guy is fumbling in the bag through, I guess, these other orders, and he just was not able to find my name. He came back and he was like, oh, I don't see your name. I don't think your order is ready yet, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm back. I did not know that my contacts was dirty and it was irritating me, so I just took it out. So now I only have one contact. So hopefully I don't look cross-eyed in this video. So he's pretty much telling us that our order isn't ready. So we're sitting down, and I'm sitting where I can of course see the counter because I'm ready to eat, like hurry up with my food. So I'm just sitting there and I'm waiting for about like 1 or 2 minutes, and I see him go reached under, like I'm talking like, and I see him bent, like squat down and grab a bag and put it on top of the counter and then say my last name. All the rest of the bags were in the back where I could see them. Then mine is underneath the counter, like, why? What happened? So when he calls the name, I go up there and I'm just like, oh, you found it. Because I want him to know, hey, I saw you reach for the bag. Like, I saw what happened. And then he starts laughing. He's just like, oh yeah, we found it. I'm not sure how it got there. I'm not sure who put it there. I'm like, okay, cut it out. Just give me my food and let me go. Let me leave. So I pick up the food and I leave, and we're heading back to the apartment. No, I did not open it up. No, I did not open it up to check the food. So I get back to the apartment and I'm starving. I'm ready to eat. I've been waiting on this. I'm drooling. I got my show on. Everything's looking nice. And then I open up my tray and this food looks disgusting. The sesame chicken looked green. Why does it look green? I'm probably being a little bit extra, y'all. It wasn't green, but it had like a slight green tint to it. I've never had sesame chicken look like that before. Now, like I've said, I've had Chinese food a couple times, and sometimes their food looks different depending on the location. And I was very hungry, so did I take a bite? Absolutely, I took a bite. The first bite wasn't that bad. But the second bite, I bit into that sesame chicken, and you guys, something hard. I was crunching on something hard to the point that I think it almost chipped my tooth. I almost threw up, but I hate throwing up, so I just got it together mentally and I spit it out on the floor. Yes, on the floor. And of course, my boyfriend is looking at me like, what's going on? Are you okay? And he's just saying, hey, stop eating. Don't eat. He stops eating. We both are just, at this point, we're flabbergasted. My boyfriend actually decided to look on the floor. I don't know. I don't know why, but he actually was looking for the piece that I spit out because he wanted to know what it was. Like, what is in this food? And you guys, it was a piece of plastic. It was a piece of plastic. I checked my fork to make sure that I didn't bite the fork. It was plastic and it was the color blue. So anyways, we immediately called the place, and I called twice. I don't know why they don't pick up on the first call. I don't know. So the second time we called them, of course, they pick up, and this time it was a lady. And first of all, I'll be honest, I was not happy on the phone. Like, I let them know that I was not a happy customer from the beginning of the conversation. I let her know, hey, I found plastic in my food. And her response to me, oh my goodness, y'all. She tells me we don't have plastic in our food. Obviously you do have plastic in your food. I was chewing on it. What do you mean? Now, while I'm on the phone with her, trying to get her to understand there was plastic in the food, I'm, with my fork, I'm, going through the tray to find some more of what could be plastic. And I actually found another piece of plastic in the trays. So while I'm on the phone, I'm just like, oh ma'am, I see another piece of plastic. So there's 2 pieces of plastic in my sesame seed chicken with rice and vegetables. She went ahead and apologized for it, and then she was just like, oh, well, do you want us to deliver you a new, some more food? And I said, no. Can I speak to your manager? I want a refund. She tells me to hold on while she gets the manager, which I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that it was the first guy that took my order that reached for my bag under the counter. And he's like, oh, well, can you come back over here and show me the piece of plastic before we give you a refund? Pretty much says, well, this hasn't happened before. We've never had plastic in our food. And people have kind of tried to prank us before. What? I told him, hey, if I come back over there and show you this piece of plastic, are you going to give me a refund? Yes or no? Because if I gotta drive all the way out there, it needs to be for a refund. So y'all can give me back my money, and I can go somewhere else with that money and buy a real meal that don't have plastic in it. He's like, okay, yeah, we just need to see that piece of plastic and we'll go ahead and give you your refund. So after I get off the phone with him, I am, of course, putting on some more clothes. No, I was not butt naked. I like to wear sweatpants and maybe a sports bra or sweatpants and a nice t-shirt or something like that. I'm not trying to eat with tight jeans on. So we're heading to the Chinese restaurant, and you guys, we pull up, me and my boyfriend pull up. And why were they closed? Why were they closed? Why? Like, did I not just get off the phone with you? Did I not just tell you? Did you not just tell me to come there and show you the plastic so you can give me my refund? But when I roll up, you closed. What? Like, I saw a rock and I wanted to throw it at their window and break their window. Like, that part in Do the Right Thing, the Spike Lee movie? I felt like doing that, absolutely. I didn't get my refund that night, you guys. I didn't. But the next day, I was definitely there, and I went there around lunch hour, and there was a whole lot of people in there, waiting on their food, and I took that opportunity, and I was extra with it. I walked in, and they tried to act like they didn't even know me, as if I wasn't a familiar face, and they was just like, oh, can we help you? And I said, oh, remember, I'm the one that called about plastic being in my food. So I'm here to return it so I can get my refund. Cause y'all were closed last night after I called you and told you that I was coming to get my refund. I wasn't that ratchet, but I was that loud because I wanted everybody to know that I had plastic in my food. And yes, I got the reaction that I wanted. I showed him the plastic that was in my food, and he did give me a refund for both of the meals. And I walked out proud that I let everybody know my experience. Not only that, but I got my refund. Well, you guys, that is the end of my story about this just horrible Chinese restaurant experience. Oh goodness, man. And I haven't had Chinese food in a good minute. Man, I've been eating hibachi. Make sure to leave your stories below. Also, I am doing a question and answer video, but I need some more questions. So make sure to send your questions to this hashtag right here. So just ask any question you would like and I will answer them in the question and answer video. Thanks so much for watching, and thank you for what, like 58K? Hey, thanks J team for supporting me. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.
Ladies, drop to